Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Is Gu Yuan still awake? He has been lying in the hospital for 2 days. How much does it cost our family every day? In the ward of Nangang 3rd Municipal Hospital, a young man with gauze wrapped around his head was in a coma on the hospital bed. His head was wrapped like a mummy, and some scarlet blood could be seen from the gauze. The name of the patient is written on the registration card beside the hospital bed, Gu Yuan. Enough. Xia Jie. Anyway, he /s also your brother. In law. You /re too heavy this time. A woman scolded Xia Jie who had just spoken. Then Xia Jie said, "Cut, what brother. In law is not a brother. In law. I don't /t think I need this kind of waste to be a brother. In law, sister, what do you say?" In the face of rhetorical questions, this woman is also emotionally complex. The woman /s name is Xia Wan, and she is Gu Yuan /s wife in the hospital bed. Obviously, Xia Wan doesn't /t agree with her husband too much, but she can /t be beaten like this. That's Xia Jie. He put his hands on the back of his head, and then said very indifferent. I just asked him to pour me foot washing water. Why didn't /t he pour it? A visiting son. In law was as hard as I was. So you just hit him in the head with a flower pot. Hey, it /s still alive, as long as it /s not dead. At least it /s a human life. This is the attitude of brother. In law Xia Jie seems that everything is taken for granted. Although Xia Wan was a little sad, she didn't /t blame her brother for knocking her husband unconscious. Come on, sister, let /s go. Aunt and they will come to dinner today. There /s no need to waste time here in Gu Yuan. Just go like this. I always feel a little bad. Hey, my sister, Gu Yuan wasted a year of your youth. Although you couldn't /t decide to get married at the beginning, there /s no need to wait here all the time. Just let this boy lie down for a few days. Worried Xia Wan still left a bank card to the nurse on duty in the ward. At the same time, he said to the nurse, "Please, Miss Nurse." Xia Jie even curled his lips. Leave him money. It /s better to let the hospital throw him out directly. However, the nurse was quite indignant. Are you a relative of the patient? Yes. Xia Wan was obviously reluctant when answering. Is it his wife? Yes, this time, the answer was less loud, like a mosquito. The patient hasn't /t woken up and needs to be taken care of in bed. As a wife, you just walk away, okay? Obviously, the nurse can /t see it either. Xia Wan /s face turned red, and her heart seemed to swing. Why don't /t I stay? When Xia Wan said that he wanted to stay, Xia Jie hurried to pull him away. Come on, sister, hurry up. I can /t afford to delay my aunt. Today Rohan came with his boyfriend. Who /s his boyfriend? You know, it /s the prince /s son. Gu Yuan can /t die. Don't /t worry about him. In this way, Xia Jie dragged Xia Wan away. The nurse couldn't /t stop. Hey, hey. You re too much. How can there be such relatives? But the nurse can only take care of Gu Yuan temporarily in the face of this situation. 2 hours later, when the nurse was pulling out the needle for Gu Yuan woke up. Are you awake? Gu Yuan opened his eyes and his mind was a little dizzy. What /s the matter? He remembered that he seemed to be injured by a flower pot and sent to the hospital. With a violent headache, countless pieces of consciousness poured into Gu Yuan /s mind like beans. It /s a shame that such a thing happened this year. I m Gu Yulin. It turned out that Gu Yuan lost his memory. 6 years ago, Gu Yuan chose to join the army when he was 17. Within 3 years, he became the god of war and commander. Chief of the corps. It was a powerful force that had been in battle for a long time. Internally, this powerful force was called the Badminton Army Gu Yuan, as the commander of Yulin Juntong, has his own name, which is Yulin, Guyuan, word Yulin, its meaning is derived from, for the country /s wings, such as the prosperity of the forest. Gu Yuan, who was 3 years ago, was the commander. Chief of 1,000,000 Yulin troops at the command. His duty is to lead the badminton army to guard the eastern border of the country. Gu Yuan has been defending the country in the east for several years, and has never returned home. His family only knows that he is a soldier, and they don't know what his position is. Just a year ago, Gu Yuan led the army to fight with the Western Steel Eagle Army. In that war, the earth fell apart and the rivers and seas boiled. In the end, Robert, the god of war of the Steel Eagle Army, was cut into 5 sections, and his head was captured by the badminton army and collected in the war hall in the camp. However, Gu Yuan also disappeared after the war. People thought that he and Robert died together. The Yulin army also held a funeral for him, but because his identity was top secret, he failed to inform his family. Gu Yuan did not die in that war. But the result is not good. At that time, Robert hit Gu Yuan in the head before his death, injuring his brain. More importantly, Gu Yuan not only lost his memory, but also became a little silly. He swam home from the sea with his subconscious instinct. He just wanted to go home and meet his parents. As a result, Gu Yuan, who was silly a year ago, came back. Parents are naturally very sad to see their son suddenly return in this state after he went out to serve as a soldier. But the Gu family is not a simple family, it is a big family in Dongxi City. Seeing Gu Yuan like this, he will be targeted by uncles and brothers in the family, helpless. Gu Yuan/s parents decided to arrange a marriage for him. On the surface, it is Chongxi, in fact, it is to protect Gu Yuanli/s internal disputes. The other half of this marriage is Gu Yuan/s high school classmate, Xia Wan. In order to make Xia Wan/s father Xia Hongzhu accept Gu Yuan/s silly looking son. In law, Gu Yuan/s father directly donated 5 million. In this way, Gu Yuan quite came to Nangang with his property from Dongxi City and became a door-to-door son. In law, but the Xia family is not only greedy for money, but also despises Gu Yuan. Since coming to the door, the Xia family has bullied Gu Yuan almost all day, and even asked him to do something that servants can do, either do housework or wash the car, shovel dog shit or change cat litter. Especially that Xia Jia, he unexpectedly asked Gu Yuan to pour foot washing water for him this time. Gu Yuan didn't /t follow, so Xia Jia picked up the flower pot and smashed it on his head. Gu Yuan, who was stunned, was admitted to the hospital. In this way it happened that the injury restored his memory. It turned out that I had such a ridiculous year. Gu Yuan said to himself with a wry smile. The little nurse felt that Gu Yuan seemed to have something wrong, and quickly shook his hand in front of him. Are you all right? Are you more crazy? Gu Yuan smiled and said, cell phone, thank you. Ah. The little nurse felt that Gu Yuan/s speech at this moment had an indisputable attitude like an order. She unconsciously took out her mobile phone. Gu Yuan took the phone and pressed a series of phone numbers. A few beeps, and a concise operator/s voice came from the phone. Hello, this is Dayu Life Insurance. What business do you need to handle? Gu Yuan replied, Communication Instruction 9595, enable encrypted lines, and report your serial number. In an instant, the other end of the phone changed its attitude. Hello, sir, I/am the guard on duty of Yulin Army Communication Department 8133. Please give me an order. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.